Do you guys want to frame mug yourself with 30 pounds of mostly lean tissue? This is what I spent the last 2 years doing, executing on a lean bulk, a 200 to 300 calorie surplus for 2 years straight. This is exactly what it looks like. This is my weight chart from January of 2024, weighing in at 158, 159. And then here in March, we're weighing in around the high 180s, hit 190. And so I want to preface this with, listen, you don't need to eat in a surplus to build muscle. We all know that. But there may be a case where you find yourself to be trying to eat at maintenance and you're still struggling to put on the size that you're looking for. And there's so many reasons why this might be, like what is going wrong operationally with your fitness plan, your training, your nutrition, your recovery. There's so many things, right, to look at in an individual. And I present to you here just an anecdotal case study of myself, but also several case studies of working with people who were hard gainers. They couldn't build muscle. They even struggled just to put on body weight. They were chronic undereaters, some of them very active, right, and also trying to put muscle on in the gym. And this is what we found to work well. And I am not saying that this is, I'm just trying to get you to consider that this is not as black and white of something that is coming across. I love science. I love the research going on, and I support that. And you know what? For a lot of people's cases, just eat at your maintenance and you will build muscle, right? We know why. Your body will use the storage, your fat stores to build muscle. As long as you're eating enough protein and you have the right training stimulus, the right recovery to build that up, you're going to be fine. But what I'm saying is you can consider this because while it's not easy for me to come out here and say this into the contrary of what is now being mainstream. But for a long period of time, people have always done the bulking. And I'm not saying to bulk and get fat and put on a ton of additional tissue. I'm saying to do a lean bulk. And maybe it's harder. A lot of people don't execute it well. But my goal here is to help you consider that. That may be an option if you're serious and you have been struggling and you're willing to put the time and work in, because that's what I did. I executed this flawlessly. And this is ideal. And how do I know this? Because when you do the trend line through this, you will see that I added 0.26 pounds of body weight per week over 2 years. And that's where that 30 pounds comes from. Just a very controlled, dialed-in effort. I have periods of times where I'm not as consistent as I could be. Yeah, here at the bottom, you can see, at the top, I got a little more lax. I've been enjoying myself. I probably put on an extra couple pounds that I didn't need to here. But what I'm saying is something for you to consider is, if you've been struggling, it's something you can do because people have been doing it for a long time this way. And I'm not saying that's always the best thing to do, right? Try the maintenance, see if it works for you. And if it's not, then consider an alternative approach. It's the same thing as like, hey, you don't need to do an arm day. But did you get relatively strong on your presses and your rows and your arms are still lagging? Well, then maybe you should consider doing an arm day. Maybe you should consider doing the extra volume. Maybe the low volume approach isn't right for you for whatever it might be. And you need to be willing to accept that you are a science experiment in yourself. And if you are looking for a coach, be willing to work with a coach that is not going to cookie cutter tell you this is what to do. They have to look at you as a whole and what are the activities you're doing? What are your goals? What are the struggles you have, right? So like, for example, Ian was 140 pounds and he was skinny, he was lean, right? This is Ian when he first started and he wasn't lifting. And I put him on a caloric surplus to maximize what he was doing. And also by acknowledging the fact that he may end up chronically still under eating if I don't try and get him to overshoot his maintenance a little bit. And we've worked for months now. We've been working together over a year now to get him dialed in on this. And things have gotten easier for him to eat. So instead of being a chronic undereater, of someone who is not hungry, doesn't want to eat, stuff like that, being full. And you can see that he gained weight and got leaner while eating in a surplus. So you need to consider that if you do things correctly, and if you're like this guy and you're skinny and you want to just add some lean tissue, like you could see his abs starting to go here. Yeah, the case to be made, like, hey, we started having cable crunches and stuff. He built the muscle. Now it's showing through at the same body fat percent level. Exactly. When you're doing this right and controlled, you probably aren't going to put on a ton of fat, especially when you're in the beginning stages when your body can put on more muscle mass quickly at the start. And I like to think you should try and be as optimal as you can about that process and squeeze every last drop out of that, beginner gain stage where things are going to be easy as they can. And I'm coming from this a place truly from love and compassion for people who struggle to do this, because I was starving myself when I first started lifting. I was constantly starving myself because I didn't want to be fat. So I was lifting weights, doing a ton of cardio. I'm eating literally a plain salad, Greek yogurt. I have egg whites, plain oatmeal. I'm eating a head of lettuce. There was days when I'm in high school going through puberty, eating sub 1,000 calories for many days in a row to get skinny, and I looked a lot more like this than I was than this in the process of trying to get things to start moving in the right direction. And so while I can coach many people, my mission here with my online coaching is to help people that struggle with these similar things and helping to understand where they are in their path to build muscle. I'm working with that hard gainer. I'm working with the guy who maybe has been in the gym a year or two. Heck, you might have been lifting for 5 years, but you haven't actually lifted seriously for a year or two yet. You are still a novice in my eyes if you haven't done some of these things properly. You could have been in the gym for 5 years, you'd still be a novice. And so, I'm looking for people who are brand new to lifting, want to do things right from the start, get good habits from the start, optimize this process. They're bought in and want to do this, at the same time acknowledging there are limitations to people, right? So, let's take Derek, for example. Derek was playing a lot of basketball. He's been super skinny his whole life. He's always tried to eat more and eat more and eat more. And there's a host of factors of why he couldn't build muscle, put on weight. Sometimes some of my clients have come to me and they're like, I do not care about putting on fat. I hope I put on fat. Okay. I've had people with medical conditions come to me. Let me find this real quick. Right? Where dealing with a medical condition that has set them back very far over time, and their goal is literally just add as much body tissue as possible. I want as much muscle, I want as much fat. This is real life, okay? So and I'm working with people from all different kinds but have a similar issue. We want to put on muscle, we want to put on weight. You may want to be more optimal about how much fat you put on, and some may not. But let me tell you this, I have had all of my hard gainer clients that were in lean enough starting positions eat in that slight caloric surplus, and it has served them very well. So you can come in and say, oh, it's anecdote, it's just this and that. Listen, yes, scientific lab studies with controls, it works great, but I'm also dealing with people that sometimes don't want to track everything to a T. I would rather them overshoot their maintenance by a bit if they've been struggling the whole time because they eat, they gain, and then when they taper off, their body naturally starts sending them back down, right? It's just some people are like that. And so even like Jason here, right, he put on 20-something pounds overall. His physique has entirely changed, and I can tell you right now, he is leaner than he was, or at least appears leaner than he was when he first started. And I'm having him eating a surplus, putting on a ton of muscle. And so just consider the fact that it's not as black and white. You can try those things. There's always great general advice for what's correct generally, right? Like, hey, in an optimal state, cool, you can argue 4 to 8 rep range, 5 to 10 rep range, stick on the lower end, lower volume, push it very close to failure, 1 reps in reserve. But if you haven't learned that and earned it yet, how to get there, it may still be better for you to try doing some lower reps, get the skill practice in. And when you're in a beginner stage like this, I am still on the belief, and I'm taking the contrarian stance still on this, that it is beneficial to eat in that slight surplus. And as you can see, 200 to 300 calories every single day, I didn't get fat. If you think I'm fat, you need to reevaluate what you believe being fat is. Here. You can see the additions to my frames. I had a big focus on my upper chest and my back. That's the biggest parts of your body in terms of the physique size, which you're going to be in your upper body, right? Your big compound movements there. And it worked. You can see how much more size it added. Is some of it fat? Of course. I am not as lean as I was here when I was a $160 versus a $190. There's a lot of things that contribute to that, right? Glycogen stores, a little extra fat tissue, addition of your lean tissue, contractile tissue, all these things, right? But what I'm saying here is you can do this, and it works well with people. And I see this in person. So do what you think is right for you. If you happen to be struggling, consider the lean bulk. Consider it. 200 calorie surplus, do it consistently. It may serve you. It broke me out of a cycle. I'm an anecdote of one or many, considering what you may maybe think, but people have been doing it a long way like this. And my goal is to help you in that niche scenario where you're struggling to put on muscle as a skinny guy. You can book a free strategy call if you want to do like a fitness audit and see where you need to go from here. You can book that call on my website. You go to minerfitness.com. What I also recommend that would be very helpful for you is you can DM me on Instagram at MINERFIT, and I have a progression playbook. This is exactly a playbook that a structure, a framework that I use with my hard gainer clients, depending on where they are in their lifting career, to make sure that we maximize their progression and adding size and strength at the same time to get you on the right path. And I literally built this for the hard gainer, for people that were like me. Like, this is me in college trying to eat at maintenance and be lean and stay lean while I'm trying to add muscle tissue. My strength went up a ridiculous amount, but overall, not happy. For some people, this is a good spot to be. This is not where I wanted to be. I wanted to be here. I wanted to be here. I want to be right here. And, here I am. I'm doing the lean gains right now. This does not mean that I'm going to continue doing this forever. I'm actually going to eat at maintenance right now for an extended period of time and recomp out a little bit and continue to stay at this weight class. And that's totally normal and fine. And you have to decide, as the science experiment of your body, as you are, what is the right thing to do at the right time for your current physique, your current goals, everything. And so for me, when I was 160, it was definitely in my playbook to try and add lean size. Strength go up, my energy went up a lot, I'm feeling good, I'm hungrier than ever to attack it in the gym. And now I have a really, really, really solid base from these last 2 years, and we're gonna hover here. And I may cut down a little bit to see, like, hey, what are we really showing here? What are we really working with? That's a decision we're gonna make at some other point. But what I'm telling you is, consider there are periods of times where, and you need to know, and you don't want to go back and forth, cut, bulk, maintenance, this, that. Stick one for a while, see if you're getting results. Is it moving? If it's not working, change the plan to something appropriate and stick to that long enough and do it right. Do it right from the start. And that's my biggest thing, is doing it right from the start. I try to be the coach that I could have needed when I first started in my fitness journey all the way back in high school, and was starving myself. The kid who was in college bulking and thought that was going to help, and that got me fat. So I understand the bulking thing. Let me show you a picture of me bulking in college. All right, so like, this is me in college, just kind of looking fat, and this would be advantageous lighting, and I'm still not looking that good. If you just saw me with not even the better lighting here, I wasn't adding much size. It was mostly just all fat. So, like, I understand you don't want to get fat. Like, I get that. I understand bulking is not optimal. I'm not saying to bulk. I'm saying for certain individuals that I work with, 200 calorie surplus, not maintenance. And people go, oh, well, you think those 200 calories is really going to matter? Yes, it does, because I've seen it work very well for more than one person. And matter of fact, it's been a very long time of people following this. There's a lot of reasons why, when you decide, hey, I'm going to intentionally eat to grow, there could be placebo factor. There's a mentality factor. There are things that if you've been under eating that can benefit you hormonally to eat in that slight surplus, given you can't be fat, because that would be a negative thing to your hormones. But you have a lot of things that are working well with you when you decide to just, hey, I'm gonna slowly get this body weight to creep up, and you can, so give it a shot. My rant here, my spiel is done. If you're a hard gainer, get to work. Make sure you're training hard. Make sure you're fueling properly. Hit enough protein. Hit your calories. Get your rest. Those are going to be the biggest, most important things. And you need to find a structure and a program that you're going to be able to stick with and keep yourself really accountable to it. That's going to be the biggest thing. That's a game changer there. So if you have any questions, please hit me up. Like I said, DM me, Playbook on Instagram. I'll shoot that link over to you. And you could also book a free 30 to 45-minute strategy call on my website. You can go to minerfitness.com and find the links on there. Alrighty, peace, guys.